You are locked in to me, DJ Flight Mode 004. We are live on the Big Bad and Heavy Kool FM. Kicked off with a lovely ambient piece. Classical, jazzy vibes from Sattel. He's just released an album project, a secret drop. I think it was earlier this week, or maybe end of last week. Using his birth name, Adrian Ribka. It's got some really beautiful stuff on there. Check it out. I do believe it's available via Sattel's Bandcamp. Check his socials anyway. Here, the links will be there. Into this one. Some exclusive business forthcoming on the North Quarter.
Mystified the feelings blurred.
Deep.
Under the weight of every word. That's how much our love was worth. There's a space in my heart, holding on to love under the weight of all the hurt. But that's how much our love was worth.
is it real life? Am I tripping? Was I woken from a dream? Was I kipping? Got me questioning the life I was living. I was slipping. My perception was the ignorance is blitz till you show me all the things that I could miss. You show me all the things I couldn't see. So when I'm watching you, it only shows me all the things that I could be. I know that I still struggle with my temper, struggle with my patience, and struggle to remember everything I meant. When I keep you front and center, my head stays blessed. That's why you're incomparable to the rest. That's how you make me feel like a fan. I'm more than an admirer. I'm inspired by you and aspire to be like you. And I ain't trying to hype you, I'm just saying it's surreal. When I'm with you, that's the way you make me feel.
It's the way you make me feel. The way you make me feel. It's the way you make me feel. The way you make me feel.
Mode 004 with me, DJ Fly. I'm here live till 9 o'clock. First Wednesday of every month, 7 till 9 UK time. Hope you're enjoying the music so far. Give me a sign. Let me know where you're listening from. Got a bunch of shouts to go through, but always appreciate more. If you want to come through on the WhatsApp, message +44 78 4000 1068. That's +44 78 4000 1068. Track playing now by an alias, also known as Seventh Heaven, also known as Unsyncopation. Big shouts to Stu. He's making such excellent music, and I still feel that it's flying under the radar from too many people. But don't worry, we will fix that. This one's called Silver Skies. I've got another track by him lined up to play next, under his Seventh Heaven alias. This one's called Strung.
plays this one, 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 this one. This one, 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 this one.
Bigging up everyone locked in to Kool right now. This is DJ Flight with Flight Mode. Live in the building, 7 till 9 p.m. Shouts to Ski Sunday, locked in from Brighton. Easy. Bigging up Tom Jackson. He wants to big up his son Jamal. He always races through his maths homework so he can listen to you during dinner. Barbecue beef and rice. Been checking you for time. Nice one, Tom. Thanks for getting in touch. Big shouts to Jamal. Hope you're doing well in maths. And all subjects. If you'd like to get in touch with me in the studio, you can WhatsApp +44 78 4000 1068. IG and Facebook crew, I've got you soon. Hold tight. Bigging up Lensman. He's not long sent me an exclusive. Luckily, I brought my laptop and hard drives with me today, so you're going to hear it during this show. The magic and wonder of technology. Let's get back to the beats, into this one, the sounds of Cloak, out now on Samurai. already 47 minutes into the show. Playing you some deep and introspective, some joyous, sunshine, feel-good vibes. The finest in deeper shades of drum and bass jungle. Been wondering what any of the tracks are that I haven't announced, I will, and I do post the track list just on my Instagram at the moment, a few weeks after each show airs. So at the same time as promo for the next one, basically. If you are at Boomtown right now, setting up camp, or you're on your way there, heading there tomorrow, you may or may not see me playing a set somewhere. There is a secret lineup and secret area being announced via the Boomtown app tomorrow. So make sure you have that on your phone. And I may or may not see you there. Possibly going back to back with someone and playing a bunch of these kind of vibes on vinyl. A golden oldie from Total Science. This is Tight Fit. It came out on Metalheads many years ago. Next one lined up, a remix of one of my all-time favourite jungle tunes. Now, I'm usually a bit of a purist, and dare I say hipster, when it comes to remixes of old school tunes, but this one has been done justice. It's DJ Flight Mode. Keep your shouts coming in. Big up to the crew in LA locked in.
Dark stranger.
Ooh. Bigging up Antal, Mr. Deep Ink. Shouts to you. He says best vibes as always. Big up. Nice one. That WhatsApp number again if you missed it, +4478 4000 1068. And yes, I am going to talk over a fair bit of this tune because it's exclusive. And I'm not sure when it's coming out, but it is on its way. I was going to try and not get too rowdy on this show. Need to pull it back to the deepness. But yeah, if you've just locked into Kool, my name's DJ Flight. I'm here till 9, and this is Flight Mode.
Dark stranger.
Big shouts to Mr. Mark System. Out to Pete Sideshow, Basics Records crew. Shouts to Mr. Cutting Edge. Don't forget, his 115 EP is out now on Play Music. 5 tracks, including 1 Bandcamp exclusive of quirky, funky, interesting and intriguing music. Dance floor ready. There could be a little summer single drop coming on Play Music this week. Friday to be exact. Keep an eye on the socials. Play Music is, of course, my little label, which I am absolutely loving running again. Out to G Double. Shouts to Soanado. Out to my homie Nectax. Played a new track of his earlier, actually. Forthcoming on Up Your Archives, Nia's label. Shouts to Mentalian. Great to see you in Hungary last week, and happy birthday again. I have played at a lot of great festivals already this summer. Shouts to everyone at Azora. Mainly trance and psytrance. Which was a new experience for me. But the crowd who came to see me play were excellent and very lovely, and were up for hearing all the different styles. It was great. Shouts to Myriad, all the Bristol crew. Out to Mr. Ed Vector, hope you're doing well. All the Leeds gang. Shouts to Ms. May Thomas, Pressure, all the Guernsey crew. Big shouts to the Brazilian D&B crew, that's from Bert Bud. More shouts to come, keep them coming in. And this track about to finish is another one from the archives. It's Doc Scott on the remix for Photech Water Margin. Quite a strange one, but I came across it recently while looking for something else. Going through my vinyl. Listened to it, completely forgot what it sounded like. I thought, you know what, I'm going to play it on my next show. So there you go. Next track has got the jitters. Forthcoming Defrostatica. Out to Booga. Shouts to the 667. They say forget taking it easy. Australia loves a rinse out at Sparrow Farts AM. Hope you're enjoying the show.
In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? 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 And I'm just used to it. 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 In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? 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 And I'm just used to it. And I'm just used to it. And I'm just used to it. In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? 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 And I'm just used to it. 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 In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? In Atlanta. Atlanta, you know, are you looking? And I'm just used to it. 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 In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? 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 And I'm just used to it. 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 In Atlanta, you know, are you looking? 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 And I'm just used to it. And I'm just used to it. And I'm just used to it. Bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just used to it. Just bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just used to it. Just bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just used to it. Just bring it back. And I'm just used. Bring it back. And I'm just Viper Booth.
mind's eye. The television screen is part of the physical structure of the brain. Whatever appears on the television screen emerges as raw experience for those who watch it. Television is reality. And reality is less than television. The battle for the mind of North America will be fought in the video arena.
Activating Viper Boost.
Some quite annoying headphone issues in the studio. Possibly time to buy a new pair. Big shouts to Matt, Jace, all the Substance crew in Perth, Australia. Hope you're all doing fine. Big shouts to Camilla, tuned in from Italy. Nice to have your ears. Thanks for listening. Yeah, going back to talk of festivals. I can't remember what I mentioned on the last show. Oh, I probably threw forward to Outlook. Oh my gosh, Outlook. Shouts to Simon Scott, Rishi, all the team involved in putting that on. All the photographers, videographers, the festival site staff, all the drivers, all the coordinators. Goodness me, this year was definitely a vintage Outlook Origins. It was so good. Incredible vibes. Lots of lovely, friendly people. It wasn't too hot, which is nice, because that kind of finished me last year. Loads of amazing music played. So the first night I was there, all of our flights were delayed because of the stormy weather over Croatia. Mantra and I and a few others, Carnage, Black Eye, Tim Reaper, all landed super late. So Mantra and I had to go straight from the airport to Barbarella's for the after party. We got there about 1:45. We were meant to start playing at 12. Oops. Luckily, Storm and Tasha were already there, and Chickaboo. But yeah, our 4-way back-to-back. Wow, that was so much fun. The first time we've ever done it, all 4 of us together. We've obviously all played separately and back-to-back individually. And we got 4 hours as well, because 4am crew decided to change their set, and we got an extra hour, so that was really nice. Happy birthday to Dward again as well. It was his birthday that night. And then he was part of a 4-way back-to-back with Tim Reaper, Fixate and Sully. Shouts to everyone who came to the beach for the Marcus Intellects Music Foundation stage. And everyone on the 1985 boat party. I've got to admit, I was struggling. Struggling from lack of sleep. I may have had a little bit of a hangover that day. But it was good vibes. Big shouts to Monty, Napes and Sesko. This is one of my favourite tunes at the moment. Bit of a smasher on the dance floor, always gets people rocking. And it's had at least a couple rewinds already as well. Big shouts to Mako. The Weight of Memory. Bad tune. Another huge tune from some of my recent sets. Big one. Yeah. A lot of people like this tune. Okay, next one is very special. Deep, deep, deep subject matter. It's a tune that has been released to try and raise as many funds as possible for an NGO in Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's by Kim Yun Law and Fox. It's called Make It Make Sense. You can find it on Kim Yun Law's Bandcamp. Donate as much as you can afford. Download the track. There's another one called Coltan as well that he made some months back. Can't remember if it was earlier this year or maybe sometime last year. Because what is going on in Congo, also known as a silent genocide, just like Sudan, millions and millions of people displaced, hungry, nowhere to live, living in tents, while the rich are paying off soldiers, crooked diplomats to do their dirty work. The rich are just doing as much as they can right now across the whole world to keep their riches. We've seen it with the destruction of Gaza, or the settlers in Palestine trying to take over, Haiti, even here, the UK.
Resources, all for the bosses of Western forces, counting the cost but never in losses. But poor people lives now, never no pauses, no remorse for who endures it. All these rules for fools and horses, only the fools endorse it. Wicked ones smile at the pile of corpses and try to justify these violent slaughters. Only resources cross these borders. Innocence drowns in these murky waters. And justice found in these judging jurors. Not much light in these dark tomorrows. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. A load of empty houses, people living in tents. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. People got jobs but they can't make rent. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. Kids gotta die so you can FaceTime friends. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. Talk about love but it's all pretense. All pretense, it's all pretense. Talk about love but it's all pretense. All pretense, it's all pretense. It's all pretense, all pretense, all pretense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's all pretense. Make it make sense. Talk about love, but it's all pretense. Resources, all for the bosses of Western forces, counting the cost but never in losses. Poor people lives now, never no pauses, no remorse for who endures it. All these rules for fools and horses, only the fools endorse it. Wicked ones smile at the pile of corpses and try to justify these violent slaughters. Only resources cross these borders. Innocence drowns in these murky waters. Injustice found in these judging jurors. Not much light in these dark tomorrows. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. A load of empty houses, people living in tents. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. People got jobs but they can't make rent. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. Kids gotta die so you can FaceTime friends. Make it make sense, it don't make sense. Talk about love but it's all pretense. All pretense, it's all pretense. Talk about love but it's all pretense. All pretense, it's all pretense. It's all pretense, it's all pretense. It's all pretense. Talk about love but it's all.
Once again, the sounds of Kim Yun Law and Fox.
It's all pretense. It's all pretense.
Available now at Kim Yun Law's Bandcamp. If you want to grab this tune, if you want to donate some money, head straight there and donate as much as you can. Wicked tune for a cause that is not getting anywhere near enough coverage. This Saturday is actually a global day of activism, action, resistance. Check your local social media reps for info on if there's a march. But if you're going to be in London or can travel to London, there is another national march for Palestine this Saturday. Stop the slaughter, stop the devastation. Kicking off at 12 noon from, I think it's Russell Street. Get the full info and route from Palestine Solidarity on Instagram or their website. We need more and more people out on the streets, honestly. We can come together in action and then come together and rave at Signal the Cause later that day. We must all unite. It's imperative.
is a blessing. Words flow like they can't rush perfection. Off the took that can fight gripes, depressions. Launch a hope to life and start questing. Cruising at multiple altitudes, accumulations all accounted. See, there's something about it. I can fly brave and max highs to attract eyes. When I catch a vibe, every moment saved. Gotta own it. Even in turbulent moments, through the mist, never miss. I'm just earning it. Ain't concerned where they going. I'm in my own space, untelevised. Ascensions from lenses intensifies. Over plus cushy beds for the heads, feeling incredible. Heights beyond pedestals. The rain won't take long to participate. From this occasion, steam up and then precipitate. Thunder that speaks way above the norm, that never saw coming, must be a quiet storm. But it's still clear we all here in the digital, where the sounds are invincible. And if you're paying visits to the space at your own convenience, please enjoy the scenic. The cadence is amazing, the orchestration's genius. Won't take long to incorporate and feel it. Great escapes made to consume. Shroom that boom to a loom can fill rooms from here to the moon. From a dream state to a real state, from a mind state, let that vibrate empathetically, telekinetically, instead of genetics for academic intelligences, shining like solar rays in the sonar gaze, and coasting all the way, way. I think I got so much time to fly so high. Must be a quiet storm. I think I got so much time to fly so high. Must be a quiet storm. Must be a quiet storm.
Beautiful tune, the sounds of Track, 4 letters, 4 dots. Produced by Lensman, forthcoming on Rose Bay, Submorphics label.
Must be a quiet storm.
Reminds me of old Tribe Called Quest. Summertime, 94, 95, hip-hop styles.
Must be a quiet storm.
This Saturday, as I mentioned, if you're in London, we can all come together and rave at Signal. At the Cause, it's a day into night party once again. In the courtyard, during the day, you've got people like Marky, Bookham, Breakage, Skeptical, LSB, Chinese Daughter, and Jubei. And then the nighttime inside room takeovers are courtesy of the North Quarter, where I'll be playing some tunes like this and the tracks that I started the show with. Alongside Sato, Fabio, Workforce, Total Science. There's a Rupture room and there's a 140 room. So some nice different sounds and flavours. I will see you there if you're going. I'm going to love and leave you with this last track. It's the one that I promised you earlier that Lensman sent me throughout the show. About 15 minutes into the show. Exclusive business. This is Business as Usual, featuring Ryder Shafiq.
We must survive.
Kane's up next. Stay locked.
We will survive. Good times, bad times. We will survive. We will survive. We will survive. Good times, bad times. We will survive. Keep the faith. The ups and downs. the joy, the pain, the highs and lows, we must maintain. Give thanks and praise, grateful for life. Despite the trials, we must survive. We will survive. Good times, bad times, we will survive. We will survive. The ups and downs, the joy, the pain, the highs and lows, we must maintain. Give thanks and praise, grateful for life. Despite the trials, we must survive. We will survive. Good times, bad times, we will survive. We will survive. The ups and downs, the joy, the pain, the highs, the lows, we must maintain. Give thanks and praise, grateful for life.